All right, today I'm going to install a through-hole wire kit from Hydra Concepts. I looked at a bunch of them online. There's the Hobie and the Wilderness Systems and a couple others, but they require that you have access to the back of where you want it to go, and they also require really large holes. So when I saw this one, I thought I'd give it a shot and see how it works. It completely surface mounts to the outside and the screws run through, so you don't need any access to the back. And then the hole for your wire can be whatever size the wire needs. In this case, I only need like 3/16 for the transducer wire, but then because I'm running the power wire next to it, I'm probably going to need a little bit bigger hole. So I'll probably go with like 1/2 inch just to make sure both have good clearance. But that's way less than like the inch plus that the other ones require. So I'm going to give it a shot. I've already mounted the transducer one down in the transducer hole, which was really tough, and I couldn't quite do it like the instructions said because you can't fit a drill down in the hole to drill. So I actually had to lay it out on the back side from the inside and drill all my holes and then mount it from the outside. So that worked out, but it's a little more complicated process than most people are going to have for a surface mount through hole wiring kit. So let's get it open. When you order these, the back plate comes with the wire gasket, but you have to specify which wire gasket you want. So on my transducer wire, I only needed one wire, and it's a small wire, so you order the one small wire gasket. And on this one, I ordered the 2-wire. I probably should have ordered the one that said one big wire and one small wire. We'll see how this goes. Because I didn't realize that my power wire for my Garmin was actually a little bit bigger than my transducer wire. So I'm hoping it will still work. It's pretty flexible. Yeah, it's not rubber. I'm not sure what it is. It looks 3D printed, but it's very flexible. And the other wire fit in there snugly. So we will lay out. It comes with a nice template and instructions, so that's really good. So you can just cut out the template, pre-drill all your holes, stick your wire through, and you're ready to go. So we will do that. Nice and level, and then stick it down. Nice. My wires are going to come out this way, so they don't. Another reason I picked this one is because the wires stay flush with whatever you mount it to. They don't come out and wrap around. I didn't want, my feet get here when I'm pedaling. Or when I'm done pedaling, I usually rest my feet right here, and I didn't want a bunch of wires sticking out and looping back. So these come out and go straight back and hug the surface, and then if I ever go out without my fish finder, my wires can just tuck here in this pocket. So that's kind of what my idea is. So we'll see how it works. I'll make sure that doesn't move. A little crinkly. All right. To drill out the screw, pre-drill the pilot holes for the screws. It's a 3/32 drill bit. So I'll go ahead and drill those. I'm going to drill pilot holes so that the 1/2 inch bit doesn't walk on me. There we go. I'm going really slow so I don't punch through and poke a hole out the outside of my boat, so just take your time. There we go. There you have it. Alright, I'm going to clean up these edges. I don't want any sharp edges so that I don't you know, cut into my wire. All right, so here's a hanger. I'm just gonna run it through up to the hatch. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bend in it so that it'll sneak around through like that. And I'll just go ahead and, I don't know if you guys can see that on this camera, but just go ahead and tape that on there like that and then pull it through. There we go. Just like that, folks. That easy. Now unwrap that, and now we gotta do the same thing with the power wire, but it's gonna be a little bit harder because now I have a wire in the way, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna wrap it up good and tight. All right. Now that's taped. Now we're gonna pull it through. Get it started. There we go. Just like that, folks. And you take all your tape off, and both wires are through. I'll take the tape off later, but they're both going in the same spot, so I want them the same length, and I want to make sure there's enough out that I can get to the back of the transducer. But when I'm not using it, they'll just go through here like that. So actually, it'll be like right there. So that's plenty. I think that'll be perfect amount. All right. Now that I got both wires through the hole, I need to put the backing plate on, and you do that just by, it's like that. There's 2 wire slots, so you put the big wire in the big wire slot and the little wire in the little wire slot, and make sure they're seated all the way in, and then that's how it goes in, just like that. And then you take your top plate, guess that's why they call it a clamshell. There's two shells and your screws, and you just screw it in. And that, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on the back, just because I do that with all of my stuff. I don't know if this is necessary for this thing. It feels pretty secure, pretty watertight with the gasket that's on there, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. That way, since I don't have the holes and the wires pointing straight down, they're pointing this way, there's just a little bit more chance that water gets up in there, but it's pretty tight. It's hard to get those wires in those slots, so I don't think any wires coming in there. Water is coming in there anyway. Just like that. Top shell on. Get them all started before you get anything tight, and then snug it down. Don't over tighten it. It's just, these are tiny little screws, and it's just going into plastic, so that you can kind of see where there's a little gap where they both meet, and you just tighten it till that gap disappears, and then give it a little bit more. And there you have it, folks. My fish finder wires are installed. And then, you know, when I put my feet here, everything's flush. There's nothing sticking out into the cockpit for me to kick or shear off with my foot or whatever. So it's all nice and flush. I think it turned out really nice. I like them. Hydra Concepts. I'll put a link for the Amazon link. It's an affiliate link. I'm not sponsored by them. I bought this with my own money. But if you buy it through Amazon, I get a little piece of every sale, that anything I link to. So if you're interested, go ahead and use that link. That'd be great. Thank you, guys.